Well, guys, how's it going? So, sadly, I'm at the hospital right now. My dad, he either had a heart attack, stroke. We don't exactly know what is going on. I've been here for probably 3-4 hours, and my stepmom just arrived. So, I haven't eaten since yesterday afternoon. So I'm just now gonna be leaving so I get something to eat, change. I left work early, and so gotta pay to get out of here. The first 2 hours are free, but obviously I've been here, looks like since 6 o'clock, and here it is 9:30, so I'm gonna have to pay. But on the flip side, though, I always loved hearing my car in these ramps. It just, I don't know what it is, but it just sounds so much nicer in these ramps. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the heat off, and you guys can listen. Figure out how the hell.
Insert your parking ticket. Please insert your parking ticket.
Oh, figure this stupid thing out.
Fee is $1.
$1.
Please pay the parking fee by credit card, discount ticket, or cash. Please push the receipt button to issue a receipt. Thank you.
Alright, well, that's it. It was only $1. It must be cheaper on weekends or something. I hate hospitals. I'll tell you that right now. I absolutely hate hospitals. I just, there's no easy way to get back on the highway from here. I have always hated hospitals. I guess it's a reminder of your own mortality, so to speak. But, yeah, it's, I don't like being down in this area anyway. I try to get up on the highway as quick as I can. But yeah, I mean, I won't indulge you with all the details or anything else like that, other than it sucks. I got the call when I was at work, and of course, when somebody first has a heart attack or a stroke or something like that, I mean, you don't know right off the bat what's going to happen or what did happen. And it's, it's like that dreadful phone call and I'm sure some of you out there have received that phone call. Unfortunately, when you've got parents, that's just something that, it's just, eventually you'll receive that phone call. It's a sad phone call, but, so I just got the phone call from my stepmom while I was at work, and she didn't know anything. They transported him by ambulance, and she was, heading to the hospital, and didn't really know what was going on. But again, it looks to me like a stroke. They have to do some CT scans and things like that, because unfortunately, like, one side of his face was paralyzed, and it's horrible when you see your parents, your mom, dad, anybody, it doesn't really matter, in a frail state. Kind of like, they've gone from being your caretaker to you're almost their caretaker. And, because, these little icy here, because I'm the considered in writing to be the next of kin, I got to make those decisions if anything came down to it. And I went ahead, excuse me, hard to talk. I went ahead and passed that responsibility onto my stepmom, who's at the hospital now. So if any decisions had to be made, she can make them for me in an emergency case. Otherwise, they'll give me a call. But I don't know. It just it's sad. It's heart-wrenching. I mean, I just wanted to throw up everything that was going on. It's just so, I don't know. There's no words for it. It's horrible. It's horrible to see either of your parents in such a frail state, not in control of their own actions, not knowing what's going on with their own body. Just words, really. But it's bound to happen eventually. I mean, it's something that you try not to think about, and it just eventually it's going to happen. You're going to get that call, and you don't want to think about it, as I said. I thought for sure that's the call that I was getting, and hopefully he'll be able to recover from this. Heart attacks, strokes, and so on, they're recoverable. It's just have to determine what kind of damage was done and what he can do from here on out. I mean, that's really all that you can do. And I don't know, I hate hospitals. I already said that. I just hate hospitals. It just reminds you of your own mortality. Getting into the hospital and then going on to the intensive care level is just something nobody wants to be on, because you hear the emergency calls, you hear chatter in the hallways, despite the fact that they're supposed to be private. But it's just I don't know, I just hate hospitals. Even when my kids were born, I just didn't like being in hospitals. It wasn't as bad because you're on the the maternity level or newborn level, whatever you want to call it. So no, it's not nearly as bad, but it's still, I don't know. I just, there's so much death in hospitals, I guess. And I have have a long video that goes into my view on death and mortality, my own mortality, and things like that. This just hits you right smack dab, right in the face, you know. So anyway, there's nothing that I can do sitting there, and you know, my dad, I know he doesn't want me to see him in that state. So my stepmom is actually the better one to actually be at his side, so that's why I made that decision, so that she can be the one to be there. And so, you know, I just I guess I'm just waiting. You know, I got my phone turned all the way up as loud as it'll go, so I won't miss a call, and it'll ring on there even though I'm recording with this. And that's really all I can say. I'm actually so hungry right now. I haven't eaten since yesterday afternoon. Here it is, almost 10 o'clock in the morning. Right as I was getting the call, I was at work, just getting ready to go on lunch. So, I mean, it was a struggle just to get to that point. So I ended up, you know, leaving, coming straight to the hospital, not knowing what was going on. That's the sad thing. Ended up just making it basically to the hospital. Go get something to eat. I'm so hungry. I was gonna run home, but the wife's home right now, so I think I'm gonna head to DeWitt, get something to eat. But so yeah, it's scary. It's just you know, my dad's not even 60 yet, so he's young when you think about it in the grand scheme of things. He's young, but unfortunately, my dad, he was a smoker before I was born. And when my mom found out that she was pregnant with me, she basically told him, you're gonna quit or you're gonna live somewhere else. So he quit cold turkey, so he says, and so my mom says too. Whether he had a smoke at work or something like that every so often, I don't know. But he ended up quitting cold turkey when I was born, so 33 years ago. And then I was probably about 20, maybe 21. My parents were, just before they got a divorce, they were having some problems and so on, and he started up smoking. He had a Harley Davidson motorcycle. It was almost like a midlife crisis. Yet this was when he was in his late 40s. So I guess sort of it was a midlife crisis. I'm not really sure, but it just made him go into that biker lifestyle. He didn't drink, but he started up smoking again. He started smoking Swisher Sweets, and from there it turned into cigarettes, and that's what he's been doing ever since. So we're talking, you know, 10 years, 10, 11 years that he's been smoking. And you know, you can tell somebody all day long to quit smoking, and they just won't listen to you. So hopefully this is the final wake-up call. If he manages to pull through this, this is the wake-up call that he needed.